Hey, welcome back to the episode of the Ramen Podcast. I'm your host, Juan. As always, my co-host here with me. Hey, Trip.
Yo.
How you doing, man?
This week I'm feeling pretty good. It's been a really nice break. I've done a lot with you and not with you. And it's been good. I'm doing really well. How are you?
Good, man. 2020 is officially over. It's new Big Brother 2021 to see what the year has in store for us. God knows what can happen. And I know what? Fucking, as of recording this, 6 days in, it has not disappointed. This shit is popping off. It is... Oh, it's a real fucking... It's a whole show.
This year's
season
I
two.
Love it.
Season 2 is starting off really strong.
It's all of like... Okay, so I'm chilling at work, working my ass off, and then suddenly halfway through the day, I'm like, nobody talk to me. I'm going to be on the internet and find out what the fuck is going on. Yeah.
I don't really look at the news all that often unless it's like something I know that's happening or whatever. But when my phone sends me stories, it's just like, yo, dude, you have to know about this. That's when I go, maybe I should check this one out, kind of thing. Yeah. And then my phone kept yelling at me like, dude, stuff's happening. I go like, it's like 11 o'clock. Like, what can be happening today? And shit was going nuts in the Capitol. There were protesters storming the nation's capital. Yeah, protesters, the nation's capital.
I mean, rioters, terrorists.
Yeah,
I would rather call them like terrorists for coming in there, but they didn't do anything that like
the articles call them protesters. So. And all they did was steal a bunch of stuff and scare a bunch of people and be a bunch of assholes. I really liked watching interviews about people afterwards. One of my favorites.
There's like, I'm from this place. This is my full name. These are the acts that I did that I should be arrested for. I'm like, what the fuck?
My favorite was a girl that got like maced in the face, and she's like, "What's going on?" And she's like crying. They maced me. I didn't even make it 2 steps into there. And he's like, "Well, why did they mace you?" She's like, "Cause they're storming the Capitol." I was like, "But why?" He's like, "Cause it's a fucking revolution." It's like, and yeah, okay, if that's what you're saying, like, you're lucky you just got all you got was maced.
That's a pretty 10 out of 10 recreation of that. So
it was pretty good. Yeah. It's been a hell of a day. It was
really
it's been kind of hard not to like see it. It just kind of pops up everywhere. But yeah, dude, fucking hopefully the year gets better.
Let's hope that our country gets its shit together. Yeah. I mean, we're doing all that we can on our very low level of
staying home and not doing stupid shit. Yes.
Yep.
I'm doing my part. Are you doing yours?
So well.
I've never done anything illegal watching anime. Well, that's not true. Sometimes I have to steal anime, okay?
Yeah, we've all been there. We've all done that. Come on, man.
Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, man. Besides all that bullshit, I'm good, man. I'm having like a great day. I'm feeling good. Yeah, man. No complaints.
The new Mountain Dew flavor comes out soon. That's pretty big.
What's the flavor?
I think it's watermelon.
Damn.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty good, actually. I was hoping it was mango.
I don't remember when it was. It was a couple of weeks ago. And my coworker is just like, you guys see that there's going to be a new Mountain Dew flavor? And I'm like, hang on. Nobody take any calls right now. April, what did you just say?
I like the one that was orange. Do you remember that one?
Livewire.
Yeah, I like that one.
I think that came out during like Halo 2 or something. And it was a huge deal. It was always advertised.
Well, that one came out, and then in pretty close succession to the blue one that was also lightning themed. It was like a yellow lightning themed one, an orange one, and like a blue lightning themed one. To my knowledge, I'm not a Mountain Dew professional. The blue one won over the orange one because you can still buy the blue one. I can't find the orange one anywhere.
Okay, so there actually was now we're getting into Mountain Dew lore. Later we're going to talk about Human Lost, by the way. That's the anime we watched this week.
But we got to talk about Mountain Dew first.
Mountain Dew's very important. But they had a competition, and they had like a white one. I think it was like a light purple one and something else maybe. And it was like a 3-way competition. And then the white one wound up winning, but I don't remember there being a blue and orange situation going on.
I remember that. I think that's what it was. Like they're doing like it was like the predecessor to the 3-way fight. It was like a 2-way fight.
I spent years of my life thugging around in a 7-Eleven just watching the new sodas roll in. And you're going to tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about?
I'm not saying you know what you're talking about. I'm just saying, to my recollection, that's how it started. And you can still buy the blue one, and you can't buy the orange one anywhere. What's my favorite?
That might be true. Yeah.
Oh, dude, fucking Code Red, hands down. Oh, I love that
your
shit.
go-to?
It's so good. I don't know what flavor it is besides like sweet.
It's just so much sugar.
And what's funny is that like it wasn't until I like was older that I realized that they had this whole like backstory, like, it's that's the gamer fuel, like this whole like,
oh yeah, the whole
idea.
Mountain Dew, like Doritos Mountain Dew thing. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that sucks. Now I feel bad about liking this dumb drink.
Here's the thing, man, it doesn't matter what anything is associated with, as long as you enjoy it for what it is, then awesome. If you enjoy it because it's associated with something, also cool. You're having a good time with the Dew, you're having a great time with the Doritos, and you're having an even better time when you freeze some like crumbled Doritos in some Mountain Dew and make like a little popsicle for the rest of the day. Keeps you cool during the summer.
No. Baja Blast is a lot of people's favorites. I'm not the biggest fan, honestly. It does kind of suck that the only place you can get it is Taco Bell. Or do they bottle it now?
They started bottling and canning it, and then when I tried that, I was like, oh no, this isn't the same. We got to go fountain only. Yeah. Something about like the uncleaned parts, all the mold that's built up, really flavors it,
I absolutely agree. There's times where I'll buy a beer on tap and I go, this is great. And I buy it can and go, what the fuck is this swill? It's like, I totally respect
Mountain
that.
Dew is the beer of sodas.
Absolutely. Yes. Anyways, what were we talking about?
I don't fucking... sometimes you just don't want to talk about something so much that you go as far away from it as you can.
How did we get to Mountain Dew?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how we did.
It doesn't matter.
You've been having a great week drinking Mountain Dew. That's what I'm going to say happened. Okay,
I'm not drinking soda again. Last year I stopped drinking soda. I think it was around February. And I was like, I'm not going to drink soda. And then around the holidays, this in December, I had a few cans. Okay. I had a little relapse.
It's okay, buddy.
And then I had I had 4 cans of ginger ale left in my fridge. And I was like, you know what? It's the last day of the year. I'm going to drink all... They were little cans. They weren't the big ones. I was like, I'm going to drink all of these, and that's it. Then I won't have soda again. So maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I won't drink soda all year, and then I'll wait until, like, December and kind of cut loose and drink soda. I don't know if it made any...
It's your cheat month.
Yeah, if I lost any weight or if I've gotten healthy or anything. I was drinking a lot of soda before I stopped. And I don't have the urge to drink any, but if I could, oh, bro, give me a fucking Ruby Red fucking squirt. You know what I'm saying, man?
Woo. I do.
Squirt talk. Here we go. What's your favorite squirt flavor? There's only 2.
Ruby Red.
Ruby Red. Yeah.
Good talk.
Good talk. Soda talk.
Now on to our next segment. What have you been up to this last week, man?
Dude. Okay. So we had last time we talked about Christmas, and then my buddies were here. They all left. They went back to their respective homes.
Later.
Peace out, homies. New Year's happened. I was fucking exhausted for New Year's. Usually we hang out in person and do like a bunch of games and get fucking drunk and just...
We did the closest thing we could, and it was hard.
It was, dude. It was so fucking rough. So we hung out for a while. We played a bunch of Jackbox, and then you're like, dude, let's do this escape room like 40 minutes before New Year's started. And I was like, no, we should have done this 2 hours before New Year's. We should have,
but we didn't.
We didn't. And it was a huge learning curve. You, Beliza, and Kyle started off very strong. Beliza quickly burnt out. Sierra and I were not in the building. There was like a few times. There's a few times that we had kind of ideas. I don't know if any of them kind of panned out.
Yours did.
I was almost completely useless until there's one point where we had to do a simple task, like cross out a bunch of words. I was like, I got this. I can fucking do this. I'm going to be an asset to the team. And this was one of the hardest. Not only was it hard because we weren't in person, you also chose one of the hardest escape rooms ever. It was like a 2-parter. In the instructions, it says, BT dubs, this one's hard. There is a midpoint where you can take a break and then come back to it later or just kind of power through. I don't know what time it was. It was at 2 in the morning.
It
No,
was
one.
2:03.
Right. So
when we finished.
But Liza's like, at 2:00, I'm fucking done. And we're like, in my head is like, yes, when Eliza leaves, I'm leaving because I don't care anymore. If Eliza's not here, what's the point? So she quit. And then 3 minutes later, literally 3 minutes later, I don't know what happened, but you like, we solved it. Like you and Kyle said something. You're like, hey guys, we got to the checkpoint. I was like, you know what that means? That means I went to go pee because I did go pee. I took a pee break, but Beliza left. So in the lore of us escaping this room, we're in the catacombs of Paris. Mm-hmm. You, Kyle, are actively solving this, have gotten to the checkpoint. Sierra is half awake. Beliza is dead, and I went off to pee. So, yes, we made it to the checkpoint.
We made it to the checkpoint. Yeah, no. What happened there is, at a certain point, it was like, hey, take this box, but don't open it yet. Do not open it until it says to open it. And then we're like, all right, cool. We won't open it, but we will remember we have it. And then after, I don't know how long of trying to figure out this stupid clue, which was pretty obvious, but we just couldn't get anything out of it, I realized, oh, hey, that box that's for part 2. Let's look at it.
Let's try to grab that box. No, you know what's really good? I knew we were in trouble when we had to figure out 3 dots, something about finding dots, a red dot, and we're like, where is it? Where's this thing? And every single one of these, games has like a spinning key, like a wheel that you put the key numbers in, it gives you a thing, and that's how you see if you're right or wrong. We spent forever, like trying to figure out how many letters there were in words, trying to figure out how many letters there were in like
so many more difficult
places.
Solutions. We were like, okay, so it's these 3 languages. It means that it has to be these 3 countries.
How many letters in French? How many letters? Like trying to figure shit out. And then I don't know. Someone's like, hey, look at the box. So we started flipping stuff over, and eventually you were like, oh, and you turn your hand over. You grab the wheel and you just turn it, and it's like there's a fucking globe and there's 3 fucking holes, and we're like, oh my god!
All of us
and
just
if there were more of us there, we would have been moving stuff and handing things and like turning everything.
Somebody
over.
would have been like, oh hey, look!
But because you were doing such a good job of trying to show us like everything in front of you,
what's really the issue?
You're like,
is being like, I have to make sure
that that I'm not like fucking making it impossible for people to see. You never flipped it over. So he never saw the back, and we was like, that was like 30 minutes, and like, we're fucked. This is gonna be so hard.
Yeah,
but we did
was
it.
A bummer.
So we're at the checkpoint. Eventually, maybe next year,
when we get together in person.
Yeah, no, I say we wait in the catacombs for a year, and then next New Year's we do it the same way.
Yeah, we brought enough food, so that should work out.
Yeah, so that was a huge ordeal. It was fun, but God, do I never want to do it like that ever again.
Yeah, no, it was so rough. I mean,
it was hard.
It was. I liked the added challenge. I liked that it was a whole different situation. It just so felt completely harder. Different. But oh my god, it was so hard.
So much harder. Okay, what else? So I was minding my own business.
Nice.
Saturday, having a good time, watching just TV, and then all of a sudden, it just strikes me that my new classes for this next semester are Tuesdays, Sundays, and I go, fuck, I've got class tomorrow at 10 in the morning. And I go, what time is it? It's 11:30. I was like, I guess I'm going to finish this movie and go to bed. So I started my classes on Sunday. I was really tired. I woke up, went back to bed, and then I had class again on Tuesday. So we're recording Wednesdays. I don't know if people
Hey, it's Wednesday, brand new Thursday morning. Welcome to the Thursday morning podcast now.
Yeah, we had to move it back. It's not a big deal. It's not like people are going to riot in the streets. Boom, got them. But yeah, so class is good. I have one classmate that I've had in a previous class. Everybody else are like new to me. The guy that I think I told you he's worked on a bunch of movies, like a bunch of DreamWorks, Spies in Disguise. Shit like that. He did like stuff for Clash of Clans and Clash Royale, like stuff that like I like, video games that I appreciate. Mobile games.
Yeah.
He seems like to be a cool dude. His name's Morton, which I don't think is very common. But I mean, he's nice. So this past week I've been like working on my ideas for this semester, trying to, make something that's like feasible to pass. So it's been a lot of me it sounds dumb, but it's a lot of me sitting there being like, just kind of thinking. And then I go, that could work. And then I go, wait, what do I need to go? I need 2 constraints. I need to, exit frame left. And I go, no, it's too much work. And then I go again, and just kind of start thinking of ideas again. And then I'll stand up and I'll walk around and I go, what would that look like? And I go, is it like this? And I sit back down and I go, So just a lot of that for hours. And then eventually I start drawing things out. And then I go, okay, cool. This is it. So he was able to look at my ideas. I'm going to say he tore 2 of them apart he's like, well, actually, and I go, fuck, this guy might be a hard ass. But I mean, it's his job.
That could be a good thing.
Yeah, maybe that's what I need. But he did okay 2 of my ideas. At the end of the day, I get to pick which one I like, and I go, okay, which one should I pick? And I think I've decided, but I'm still kind of working through it. Anyways, that's my
rough,
working.
Man.
Yeah, it's a lot of mental stuff, a lot of drawing and like moving around. No actual animating, which is maybe good. Maybe I don't need to get right back in it. Anyways, that's school work. What else? Oh, my most exciting piece of news, I guess, for the week is that Sierra and I have purchased tickets to go see my parents in March.
Nice.
It's nice. I'm really excited to see them. They left not so long ago, but it's still, it feels like it's been a while. Don't say it, Juan.
I was trying to remember what you say because I was bonding with Kate and we were talking about different songs yeah. And then I realized, oh, right, Juan does it to something. Why don't I remember?
Because you never say it. You kind of glaze over it. You go, oh, fuck, who cares?
Yeah, because it comes in and then it goes out. And then I just let it be.
I didn't
At least
realize...
on the podcast. In my own time, I'll scream whatever stupid bullshit that I want, and I'll make all of my friends have to deal with it because they could just mute me. But I kind of don't want you guys to have to worry about that for the podcast.
Me and Sierra will do
Still
it. It's a problem. We'll just say it and we just kind of race to see who can say it first. But
every time.
It.
Yeah, every time.
So we're gonna see them in March for about a week, which is cool. I'm really excited. I have been getting texts and stuff, and then today actually I did 2. I had 2 video chats with my mom.
Nice.
Both of them were for fairly funny reasons. She calls me first and she's like, hey Juan, so how do I get on Netflix? I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, well, my TV is a smart TV and I hit the Netflix button and it doesn't work. I go, well, have you logged in and put in your password? She's like, what? And I go, oh, this is going to be fun. So I have to explain to her what a login and password is. And she's like, do you have a login and password? She's like, no, because she used to have Comcast here in the States, so they just kind of give you free Netflix. And I was like, well, you can use mine.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's like a bundle. If you had a certain tier, they just kind of throw it, so it's just on your TV. Don't you remember when we went to
Look, man. I clearly don't remember anything.
Dude, we went to fucking Crunchyroll Expo. We stayed at that guy's Airbnb. We were like, how do we get Crunchyroll to work? We need to watch Carol on Tuesday, and it was on his TV. Remember? You remember. You don't remember.
It could have just been logged into his TV account. I don't remember. Anyways,
so I had to help her out, and I'm navigating her through she's videotaping the TV, and I'm navigating her through it. And then it's done. It's cool, you logged in, and she's like, okay, cool. All right, furniture's coming. I gotta go. I was like, bye, mom. And then she hits me up later. I was like, oh, maybe she wants to talk this time. She's like, hey, how do I download this? I was like, all right, let's fucking do this. So, which isn't weird because even when when they lived here, I would get FaceTimed all the time, and she'd be like, how do I check the emails again?
You're and I'm like, tech support child, man.
I am, absolutely. So, but it's good to know that things haven't changed. My sister was just like, hey, just give her your login and password. How hard could it be? I'm like, you would be surprised. And my sister goes, yeah, but she's able to do Zoom. I was like, yeah, because I went to her house on several occasions and gave her lessons. She took notes. She had highlighters. We drew drawings and diagrams, she knows it because I fucking drilled it into her brain. I never taught her how to, log into Facebook. So she doesn't know how to do that. She's just, if she ever gets logged out, she's never getting back in. But yeah. My parents, they're not very tech savvy.
No. I love that though. It's so wild that you could get this far without knowing how to use the internet.
Yeah, my dad was like, "Hey, my phone's giving me this message." I was like, "What's the message?" He read it to me. I was like, "Oh yeah, Dad, you just gotta, give him your." He ran out of storage on his iCloud thing or whatever. So he's like, "Hey, for $1 or whatever, you can get more storage. And my dad's like, how to make it go away? I was like, you can't give it $1. I'll leave you alone, or just deal with it. And he's just like, well, what happens if I delete stuff? It's like, you get some space back, but not enough. He's just like, that's a racket. I was like, yep, welcome to the fucking capitalism. That's just how shit works.
Dude, just like ever since I got my phone, it's been hitting me up for more storage. Nah, go fuck yourself, Cone.
No, fuck yourself.
I don't need anything in the cloud.
Yeah. But yeah, so we'll be going to see them for a week, and I'm like really excited to see all the stuff that they've done with the house, and just kind of hang out and I don't know, maybe eat some food or something. Because when I go to Mexico, it's not like I do anything like super exciting. It's just mostly me hanging out with people and talking.
That's cool as fuck, dude.
No, I mean, some people are like, oh, you're gonna go like fucking chase iguanas and go fishing and paragliding.
You're gonna
like,
ride on a turtle, and you're gonna go and like kill a kid and
swim with dolphins. Hang out with some narcos. No, I don't do any of that stuff.
You're gonna do peyote. You're gonna sacrifice a child to the bloodlords of the Aztec.
Sierra said that when she went to Mexico, we would wake up and then she would like get ready for the day and then sit there, and then people would start cooking stuff for dinner. I was like, yep, that's pretty much it. You just kind of wait for people to come to you and be like, hey, you're that person, and you go, yep. You want to talk? And they go, yeah. And you got anything to do today? It's like, no, I'm in Mexico. I'm unemployed. It's fine though. Do you want a Coke or something? Not cocaine.
Coca-Cola.
Yes.
Sugar cane Coke.
Okay. Besides that, I've been watching a bunch of stuff.
Name one.
I watched Underwater, which is that Kristen Stewart movie. It's on HBO. It was okay. It was kind of dark, I mean, like visually, like when they're under the water and like stuff is attacking them.
I mean, when you hire TJ Miller.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. He was in it. I'm like, oh dude, he got canceled. He's not good anymore. He's not in shit for a while.
Yeah, I wanted to see that because I was like, I like monsters, and then I was like, but I don't like wasting this much time. And then I watched Human Lost and Sad.
Yeah. I also watched Shaun of the Dead. I've seen it before.
I've heard of that movie.
She liked it. It was good. I think she said she liked Hot Fuzz more than this one. I was like, yeah,
I'm with her 100%. Like Hot Fuzz is the best of the Cornetto trilogy, but yeah, man.
Let's see. I also watched I think half of Sweet Home, which is like a Korean show. It's based off a manga that I read for a bit. It's about like monsters taking over Korea, and like our main character is like a shut-in, and he's like fucking emotionally, I don't know, crazy. But people are turning into monsters, and it's not like a virus, it's like a curse thing. So like their ambitions and their greeds and their like desires fucking morph them. And so I don't know what his deal is. He's super fucked up. So he's morphed, but he's able to to like sustain his humanity. So he's essentially immortal now. Like he gets killed all the time. Like shit like stabs him and he falls off like the railing and falls 20 stories and hits the ground. But then he's fine. It's okay. It's not like the best, but I'm enjoying it. And then the last thing I've been watching that I'm enjoying a lot is Big Little Lies. I've watched.
I know that you spent a long time, being told that it's such a good show by me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it really surprised me at how into it I was, how quickly I was into it, and how different it is than most shows that I'm interested in.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It's just like a solid like drama.
Yeah.
Great acting, great characters. I finished all of the first season. I don't know. I think I'm like 3 or 4 episodes into season 2, so like that's almost halfway. I do like season 1 a lot more than season 2 so far, but I'm excited to see where it goes. And like I think there's a lot of things I like in the show, but my favorite thing to like from season 1 is anytime the two husbands have an altercation because like they want to fight or whatever. They just like this. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Adam Scott's character, and they had one talk, and it
blew up.
It blew up for no reason. And now whenever they see each other, like they just like kind of fucking mad dogging each other. And whenever they talk, it's just very fucking petty. Like one of them says stuff, the other one says something snarky, and the other one's just like,
good show.
It's like he's like, why are you such an asshole? You think you're fucking smarter than me? He's like, I don't think I'm smarter than you. I am smarter than you. And like it just
he is.
Whenever whenever they start in any scene together and they start fucking going at it, I'm having such a good time. And then season 2, I really like what's her name?
Meryl
Streep's new character.
What a bitch.
She's fucking nuts, dude. She's wild. Like she'll say some like first off the top, she says like out of pocket stuff.
Yeah,
like
she'll just throw something in there just to be an asshole, and you're like,
yeah, she's just
fuck
like,
off.
She's like, you're really short. It's like, yeah, it's like, I don't trust short people. It's like, what? It's like, you're just so mischievous and tiny.
Leave Reese Witherspoon alone.
I don't really care. I mean,
no,
for Reese Witherspoon, but I was
just like every single person she talks to, you're like, stop being a horrible person. It's great. I love feeling that way.
Or she shows like remnants of humanity, and then she says something awful, and we go, oh yeah.
She discards any compassion we had for her.
Are you sure this is what happened? Oh man, yeah, I like her though, because like it's such an interesting like character. She's doing such a good job of playing that person. So yeah, so that's it. I also watched some of an anime, but we can talk about that when we talk about anime.
We'll do our anime hour in a little bit. That'll be good.
What about you, man? What you been up to?
Yeah, man, I've had a busy G-dang week. All right, so we'll just go to New Year's Eve. I spent a little bit setting up the cameras so that we could do that escape room game. And it did take a lot of effort to get it all balanced and together and work out. So once we've wrapped up our fun times playing Jackbox with the boys, playing escape room time and whatnot, then I really didn't feel like moving it all back in because I was like, I have to clean off my desk anyways. Like I left a bunch of stuff on it. Might as well like wipe it down and get it all spick and span. So I cleaned it up like 4 days later and put it back together. And the reason that I suffered from that is because I was sitting on my kitchen dining room chair, right? Not the most comfy chairs for a long time. Like we would play D&D on them, and that was fine because it was just like a day, and it was several hours, whatever. When it's like 3 full days just sitting on that chair, I was having a bad time. So New Year's Eve, we went to bed at like 2 a.m, probably fell asleep around 3. Then the next morning at 11, we had Minecraft hardcore all day. Mm-hmm. So we, and it's like an annual kind of tradition, not necessarily around that time, but we'll play Minecraft at some point here or there, and play it on hardcore, try to kill the dragon, get the actual end of the game, and then boom, we're done. So we started at 11 a.m. pretty promptly, and the first thing we do is everybody hops in. There are like 8 of us or 6 of us, or I don't know, somewhere around there. And we realize we're on a tiny ass island and there's nothing around us other than other small islands. So we have to hop on a boat, go find main land and set up camp there. It was a whole friggin' thing. And then very quickly we found land and everything worked out perfect and nobody had any problems until like the end of the game, essentially. So we all had a great time, had a lot of fun. Everyone went on their own adventures. Everyone got lost at some point and found their way back. We all just had a good time. And it went from 11 a.m. to, I want to say it was like 11 p.m. or midnight or something. It was very late. It was excessive how late it was. We only lost one person before we got to the dragon, and that was Tom. He kind of got, there's a point where you just burn out. You're doing the same thing over and over and over, and you're hardly making progress, and it gets so tedious. So you start taking more risks because you get comfortable, and when you get comfortable, you get reckless. Mm-hmm. So Tom dies. We're hunting for ender pearls to make ender eyes to go to the end. Then finally, the rest of us that are still alive, we all get there, and right when we teleport in, we lose one. We lose a couple more during the fight, and it was just Wes and I that killed the dragon. And I was like, hey, come over here. Look at this special thing. And I teleported to my death. That's how I went out. I didn't see the credits or anything. I was like, come and look at this. Didn't remember how to throw the balls. I died. But Wes got to check shit out. He made us all graves. And,
so Wes won. Good for Wes, dude.
Yeah, and he had never done that before. He's wanted to do it for a while, so I was so stoked about that. Because he actually wanted to do this for the same reason that I did. There's a YouTuber, Peanut Butter Gamer, and he does hardcore sessions of different games with a bunch of different YouTuber friends and stuff. And one of his first ones, or maybe his first one, was Minecraft Hardcore. And I didn't know anything about Minecraft. I just knew about Peanut Butter Gamer. Minecraft didn't look like a game for me because you just build stuff is all I knew. And that there were like some enemies, maybe, I don't know. And then when I saw him play it with other people that I enjoyed, I was like, oh my God, I need to do that with my friends. I think that we would all love this. And we have for years. Highly recommend trying to do that with your group of friends. When you lose somebody, it's depressing. It's sad because they can't come and play more. They're just dead. It's fun. It's unique. It's awesome. We had an amazing time doing that. And then because possibly because of my my time on the farm in Minecraft, I've been playing a lot of Stardew Valley. I've been playing a ridiculous amount of Stardew Valley with friend of the podcast, Kate. So we've been checking out the new update since I think it's been like 2 weeks or so since the new update came out for it, which does some quality of life changes. It adds in some new end game stuff. It also adds a new farm that you can farm on. So we're trying that out on the beach. Essentially, you cannot put sprinklers in sand. So it makes it way more challenging. But there are two of us, so we kind of wanted to check out that challenge and see if it was cool. Every once in a while, there's like a box of free shit that washes up on the shore of our farm. So we're able to open that and get a bunch of items. And we've been having a lot of fun. It took me a while to get my anime mods back up and running, but now the game looks like fucking anime people are walking everywhere. It's great. I love it. And yeah, I've been playing that since Saturday, I think. We've just been playing as much as we can. And I got a full-on problem. Another friend of the podcast, Duncan, thinks it would be fun for us to stream that. So if people are into it, we might wind up doing that. But I kind of think that if we were going to stream it, we would start at the beginning. I don't really fucking know. Whatever. It's a fun time. I love it. Let's see. I don't know if I've been doing much else. There's nothing really significant to talk about as far as like doing stuff has gone. I met up with Tom for a little bit today, but he's in town until he goes back to Ohio in like a couple of days. So he came by and said hi at work. And then I was like, hey man, can I come get you in like 10 minutes when it gets dark so I can go and do my job while we talk and hang out outside at like a safe distance?
Yeah. That's funny. You pick you up when it's dark.
Yeah, I'm like, hey man, give me 10 minutes and I'll be back over at your place. We're going to do a little walk. We're going to get some of these lights up and running. It's going to be great. Yeah, there were 13 lights that were out.
Nice.
Insane. Just too many lights around the property. It's too dark. It's pretty much pitch black around here. So, it's wild. Yeah, we hung out a little bit. It was nice. And for anybody that doesn't know, which I'm assuming nobody knows, Tom has a new song out on Spotify. He's going by the name Not Mars. So Notmars. And I haven't had the chance to listen to it with headphones yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I've heard it and it sounds good, but I really want to give it the hearty listen, and I keep spacing on it because I'm like, I already did that, and then it's like gone out of my head. It's in my Spotify playlists, but I keep forgetting to, do that. So anyways, you can find Tom's new song on Spotify. We'll just keep plugging him now as Not Mars. You can find Not Mars' new song.
Yeah. No, I did. I actually got a chance to listen to it with headphones today. I remember I made a note to check it out. It's really good. I've been listening on repeat because that's how I do things.
I didn't. I was like, this isn't Tame Impala. We'll see what Juan's gonna do. I don't think he's gonna. I don't know.
I liked it a lot. It was a good song. Tom's super talented.
It blows my mind that he's so smart and so talented in two totally different ways. He's just he's a pinnacle of
slut,
chaos though. So,
but we can't be his friends because he's a slut and we slut shame. So fuck him.
Oh shit. Okay.
Insert on podcast stance.
Yeah. Thank you. But you made the little hearts with your hand.
Hit him with the hearts. No, yeah. So check him out. Not Mars. Yeah, dude. I can't. Dude, do it now. Do it live on the pod. Let's fucking do a reaction. No, it's good. I'm sure you'll like
No.
it. It's I was surprised too. The fucking cover art also for his single
And that
is
was
really nice.
also a thing that I haven't had a chance to look at. I was like,
Yeah,
I'm just gonna sit down. I'm gonna look at his like cover art that he did. He's gonna do a music video for the single coming out soon. He's thinking about starting a new YouTube channel and kind of like getting his brand together. But I hadn't heard of this name at all, so I was kind of surprised. Not Mars.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, you aren't Mars. This works. But
no,
I don't know where it comes from. I don't know any of that. So I'm excited to talk to him more about that soon.
Maybe we'll discover through his music. But yeah, I started also following the guy who did his cover art. He's a super talented artist. I don't know what his name is, but yeah, everybody should check out Tom on Spotify now. Not Mars. It's a song was called Paperweight. If people are wondering.
Yeah. And you might need to look it up that way. Anyways, Beautiful Baby Boy. We talked a little bit about that, but not a whole lot because I'm like, I don't want to talk about it until I give it a real good, honest listen. No distractions.
Next week you come on the pod, like, dude, that song sucks ass.
I was like, what was the thing that he was doing with that? It was awful.
That's not Tom. That's not the guy I know.
But yeah, I don't know how I feel about it yet. Like in my heart, I'm like, I love Tom and I love the song. But I'm like, I don't know how much I love it, and I need to get to that point where I understand my feelings, you know?
My goal is to make that song my new my
your
top
Spotify
song of 2021.
Dude, I love
it's gonna be favorite artist, Not Mars, favorite song, Paperweight. It's like second favorite artist, Drake, third, Tory Lanez, fifth. It's just gonna be like him and then a bunch of rap.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and finally, what I've been watching that's not anime. I watched the last episode of His Dark Materials, and season 2, believe it or not, is just a big setup for season 3. So the last episode, it felt like it wasn't the season finale, but like it was because they needed to do cliffhanger stuff. But they were still explaining a lot of things, and it didn't feel like it really culminated into this whole thing, but at the same time it did. It was a lackluster finale is kind of what I'm saying. But I am still incredibly excited for season 3. They're just like, all right, so these are all the different factions that are going to go to war together, and season 3 is just going to be a war. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm down. I'm down to see like magic war stuff in between universes and worlds and whatever the fuck else is going on in this. Oh, dude, it's going to be wild. And I started watching a show called Doom Patrol, which
that's right.
Yeah, I was reading, people were talking about Brendan Fraser being in the show, and I'm like, oh shit, he's doing things again? Because those of you that don't know, I don't know a whole lot about it, so I'm not going to get into it, but he was sexually assaulted by a producer or something like that. And then he was blacklisted from Hollywood for saying things about it, for saying anything about that. And his ex divorced him and tried to get all of his money and ruin his life. For whatever reason, for that reason is what I remember being told, but it could just be something else. Anyways, he's been blacklisted from Hollywood. He's back. I got excited. Was like, okay, let's see what he's been up to. Didn't know anything about Doom Patrol. I just knew that he plays a robot, but he used to be a man. So you actually do see him in flashbacks, and he does voiceovers. I didn't know anything about it. Checked it out. I fucking love it. I was so into it so quickly because it starts out and it's kind of like a little like snarky narration going on over different dramatic things posed in funny situation. I don't know. It was being a comedy and a drama at the same time, while fluctuating tones completely. So it wasn't like it was, it wasn't poking fun at the dramatic situations all the time, just when it wanted to. And then by the end of the first episode, I was pretty into it. There were a couple of jokes that I wasn't as into. They have a part where a donkey comes out. It's like a CGI donkey that comes out and like farts a message onto the screen. And I was just like, okay, I guess that's something that happens. Well, I liked the rest of the episode, so let's watch the second one. And then at the very beginning, it's like, so you made it past the donkey fart joke, so you're a real fan. And it was like, oh, cool, so they understand that people don't like that. So it made me like it so much more. Yeah, man.
can I ask how superhero-y it is? Because Doom Patrol's like a DC superhero
so here's
group.
the thing. All of these people, aside from our second episode introduction, which is Cyborg from Teen Titans, everyone, and it's live action, by the way. So since I brought up Teen Titans, I feel like I have to make sure people know
Clarify.
that. Yeah. So second episode, Cyborg comes in and he's trying to help out with the situation at hand. And these other characters, these other 4 characters do have some kind of powers. I mean, one of them's just a robot, so it's not really like a power. And they don't have any control over their own personal like emotions and how they deal with their trauma and different things. So they are not fit for being heroes. They were never intended to be heroes. But Cyborg comes in and he's like, hey, you motherfuckers that have powers and caused this whole situation, like, you need to do something about it, and you need to be heroes. And then it's them slowly gaining the confidence to become heroes. I've watched 4 episodes. I think it was the 3rd episode. It just felt like D&D, and I was having so much fun. I love the show. I can't wait to watch more. I'm so excited that I found something that really resonated with me in like its style, feeling fresh and unique while also feeling like comfortable and something you could kind of just throw on. It hits this really special point in the like, hey, it's pretty good, I'll recommend it to a bunch of people. It's that point. I can't wait for you to watch that.
I've for sure been wanting to check it out. I just know that for a while now, I've been kind of avoiding superhero shows because they all seem kind of the same. And I know that Doom Patrol came out around the same time as the Umbrella Academy when it first aired, because it's not a new show, you know. And I know that I like the Umbrella Academy. I didn't have HBO to watch Doom Patrol, so like cool. And then I've heard people say like, hey man, it's a little bit different. It's not like your average. Because eventually superhero stuff gets kind of formulaic, you know? So it's like, but to know that it's not super that, and it's actually just a good show.
No, when I watched the 3rd episode and it felt like a D&D adventure, I was like, this is just the good episodes of Community, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm sitting there like, we're just doing weird shit consistently. I'm down.
I'm for sure going to check it out.
Super excited for you to watch that. And I don't think I've really been watching anything other than like those things in anime. Yeah. Yep. So you want to talk about anime, I guess? I don't know.
Yeah.
The only podcast.
The only anime I've been watching that isn't current airing anime is Cells at Work. The new season 2 comes out, and then Cells at Work Black.
So you've been doing some catching up?
Yeah, so I know that that's not one of those shows where it's like necessary for me to watch these other 2 shows. I'm like, okay, cool. I do really want to watch these shows. I might as well finish like the first season that I never got around to. So I think I'm like 3 or 4 episodes till I'm done with the first season. I still really like the show. It's not amazing, by any means, but there's some pretty good bits in it, and I do like the way like all the characters. Kind of avert your expectation where it's like they're drawn one way or their designs one way and they do a completely different thing. Like the fucking moms with the giant cleavers, it's like,
yeah, sure.
Or the super buff killer T cells. I don't know what they're called. They're also like, they also murder a bunch of shit, but they're like all project out in black. But yeah, I'm liking the show and I'm excited to see I'm more excited to see Cells at Work Black, but I'm also excited to see Cells at Work Season 2 when it comes out.
Why not? It's going to be great.
And besides that, I didn't watch any of the new airing anime because I can't seem to fucking find it.
Not much of it's out. Let's just be honest. There's not much out right now. Crunchyroll does not have like anything. Promise Neverland's on Funimation and Hulu.
Breaking news.
Huge news.
It's weird because like I think we would have heard about it, and if we did hear about it, I forgot. So when I
think it might have been announced, and we were like, yeah, but what does that really mean?
It might have been announced, and we might have just assumed, but it's also going to be on Crunchyroll, because why would Crunchyroll not have it there? Because
they had it there the first time. They're the powerhouse of anime. It's pretty big. They should have it, but they didn't. So,
So about you, what have you been watching? Because that's it for anime on my end.
That's the only thing I've watched, man. Promised Neverland.
Yeah, Promised Neverland.
I'm not gonna get okay, guys. I'm not gonna get into it because some of you haven't watched Promised Neverland yet. You should. You haven't. That's your problem.
Mm-hmm.
Season 2 is a different show, and it started out, and I was like, "Now that's an interesting point to start at." And the intro comes in, and it goes big. It goes hard, way into the intro. I don't know if I like it as much as the first one, but I'm way into the intro. People are losing their mind over the outro.
Really?
ED. Look, it's good. It's not worth losing your mind over, I don't think.
Okay.
It didn't show anything in there that was like, ooh, look at that little thing. But the intro just went big and hard and fast, and it was like, oh my God, this is it. Season 2, we're here.
We did it.
We did it.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the episode flew by. It was like, you know how when you were watching Attack on Titan, you're like, hey, where'd that time go?
Yeah.
Same thing happens.
That's good. I'm super excited for season 2. It is a bummer though that we had to wait, every single week to get it. I want to watch it all right now because I feel like I've been waiting for a year now, maybe more than a year.
And the new manga came out, but I haven't been able to read it yet, so I will have that under my belt next week.
Cool.
Oh, dude, I fucking love Promised Neverland. I'm clearly not as caught up as a lot of the people on the internet because I'm waiting for the new books to come out in the US. I'm not reading the screen caps and whatnot, but from what I understand, near the end of the manga, it gets a little bit convoluted. Like, it has the structure of the kind of show and manga that it used to be, but it doesn't exactly get to those points as clever, as smart. It just kind of happens. Still good, just not as good as the rest of the show. Rest of the manga. Whatever, rest of the series. A lot of people speculate it's because of burnout and stuff. If that is the case, I'm kind of excited for the end of the show because the author is working with the creators of the show in order to make it as close to the books as it could be and improved upon. One thing that I noticed in this episode is that they had a more immersive fauna and flora and stuff from what I could tell versus the manga. So it really helps you know what the forest is and relates it to different things. So yeah, I'm excited because other than it being a forest, it's a forest in a demon world. That's all that we know, right? Mm-hmm. So we don't know what's different about it, and it's able to show you hey, this is kind of a different forest in these ways that are unfamiliar to you. So whatever. Anyways, it doesn't put a heavy emphasis on that, and it's not really necessary, but because it wasn't really in the manga, but they did a really good job at making it feel more immersive because of that. Still looks great. I'm very excited. Nothing but praise to say about the show. If it keeps going the way that it is, I feel like the ending that people aren't as happy with could be very improved upon. Especially it'll give the author more time to kind of sit on it and think what could have gone a little bit better. How could we have gotten to these points better? And to possibly even listen to feedback of people being like, hey, this surprised me in this way. And then he might have some similar feelings and kind of rework that. We'll see if it happens, but
it's done though, right? The manga ended, right?
I want to say yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It might be really close to ending. Yeah. Once I got a huge thing spoiled for me, I was like, okay, well, anytime anyone says anything about Promised Neverland now, I'll just fucking avoid it like the plague. So yeah, for these promotional videos and trailers and stuff, I'm like, all right, I'll check it out. And now I feel like I'm back in it, and I might accidentally get some spoilers. But as a manga reader, I'm just trying to shut the fuck up about it and explain why it's good without saying any plot points or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This episode was solid. It ends so suddenly. it feels like we just got to a new situation, like let's keep going. But that's the way that it kept feeling as I was reading each book. Like the way that different things kind of like calm down and fall off is a very like, ooh, I want to see the next thing though. I want to see like we're at something new. We're finally calm for like a second before we figure out what the next step is. Yeah, I feel like this whole season is going to be so much like, ugh, I just need to watch the next episode now. So this might be one of those shows that if you are patient and you need to binge shows, this would be one of those boys that would like really reward you for waiting. But I can't. I just got to have it every week, man. Give it to me.
Yeah. This is like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's the whole, like, you know, the way Kate watches stuff. She like likes to watch it all at once. And with this show, I'm really excited for it. I wish it were all done so we could just fucking get through it. Kind of like Attack on Titan. Like, God, I just want it to be done so I can watch it all.
I love watching Attack on Titan week by week. I don't know what it is. All. Yeah.
I want to see it all of it. Give it to me. Give it to me all right now in my face.
I think the reason that I like seeing it week by week, though, is because I'm able to analyze it and go like, okay, so what could be happening next? What's like the next thing that's going to be like a surprise for us? What are they waiting to reveal? But the Promised Neverland, at the point that it's at right now, it's not exactly predictable in the way that the first season kind of could have been. Yeah, since it moves so fast and there's so much going on, it might leave you with a feeling of like, okay, I'm going to figure out this thing that they just ended on. But you know that you're going to get the solution for that in the next episode. So it's not as much of a like, it's not as enjoyable to sit there and think about it and reflect upon what are the little things that they've kind of been telling me and showing me. What are the little secrets? Yeah. But we're in a whole different show. Promised Neverland season 2. I'm so excited for everyone to watch this. It was so much fun. Yeah. My mom got caught up on Attack on Titan, so she's having a great time. She always calls it Attack of the Titans. I love it.
Mom's ruining everything.
It's such a mom thing. I remember when she said the Toy Story, and I was like, oh, okay, it begins. It begins. That was like the first time that I heard it. And she's just been momming it up ever since.
I love the Toy Story, but it's not as good as the Toy Story 2.
Yeah. That's it. Man. I guess news? You want to talk about news?
News, dude. I mean, we don't got much, but let's fucking do the news.
I got lots of news. You don't fucking know me.
You've got 3 pieces of news.
You're going to be surprised. Hey, welcome to the news. That girl is not just cute. Gets an anime adaptation.
Nice.
She ain't just cute. About the news.
She's hella cute.
Yeah, man. She's fucking cute. Anyways. People are fucking jazzed about that, so let's jazz with them. Zombieland Saga Revenge is going to air April 2021, so we're getting that soon. I'm pretty excited about it because these girls are all like awake. Those of you that haven't seen Zombieland Saga, it's about a group of girls that in one way or another like some kind of like idol type shit, some kind of like music involvement and whatnot, but they've died for different reasons in different ways, and they've been brought back to life, and now they're all an idol group together, and they sing and do stuff, and they slowly regain consciousness throughout the show. So season 2 might give us a little bit more like progression into their relationships versus their past lives, and like how they're moving forward and what they're actually aiming towards. Yeah. And we got a couple of characters that didn't get backstories last time, so it's possible we'll get some more. Fate Grand Carnival has been announced. Season 1 is coming out in June. Season 2 is coming out in August.
I guess, you know, there can never be too much Fate, right? Let's just keep making them because people like them. So congratulations to all you Fate fans.
Yeah, I think that Fate Grand Carnival is just like a baby boy.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, baby boy. So like little tiny, like, hey, here's a couple of minutes, watch some Fate, and then we'll get back to some more Fate.
Your regularly scheduled Fate, yeah.
You know, it's like a couple minutes here and there. Now, season 2 of Bofuri hasn't really been like talked about yet, right? There's not much information, but people are getting hyped because there's going to be a Bofuri special stream on January 9th. So it's going to commemorate the first anniversary of the anime, and there's some possibility of like Taka season 2, what's going to be happen with that. Season 2 is confirmed. There's just no announcement or anything. I'm excited. We'll see if there's anything at all. I'm not going to watch the stream though, because I'm probably going to be farming or like whatever I'm doing that day. I don't know what day it is. Today's the 6th. Tomorrow's the 7th, 8th. Yeah, I'm going to be farming. I'm busy. I'm going to be on a boat probably doing some Sea of Thieves. I'm a busy young man, you know?
Yeah. No. Is that it?
Yeah.
Dude, you got me. That is 4 pieces of news. I said you do 3.
That's true.
Had to sneak in that Bofuri.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, man.
That's the one.
Let's stop putting this off and let's get to this week's topic, which is Human Lost.
Human Lost is an anime made by Polygon Pictures. Polygon Pictures is known for
gems like
Ajin, Blame, the Godzilla movies on Netflix. That fucking just they've made a lot of shit, you guys, and I have not liked any of it. In fact, I've hated it. Knights of Sidonia. You remember
that's
that
the one? Knights of Sidonia. Yeah. This is an interesting choice to review. Trip sent it to me. He's like, "Hey man, let's watch Human Lost. You can rent it on Amazon for like $5." And I looked it up real quick because it sounded really familiar. I was like, "Why does that sound familiar?" And it said it's Polygon Pictures. I was like, Trip fucking hates Polygon Pictures. And I was like, "Yo, dude, I'll watch this. I don't know why you want to watch this because you usually hate these things." It's like one of the guaranteed ways they just kind of upset Trip. Just bring up Polygon Pictures and why they're good. But Trip was really mature. He's like, "Hey man, 2021, let's give him some redemption. Maybe this one will be good. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt."
I'm okay. I'm not a great person. I'm not perfect by any means.
True.
But I think it is very important for you to take a chance to reflect upon your feelings on something, reassess them, and move forward in a mature way. You know? Makes a lot of sense, right? You just want to improve upon yourself. And so I thought Polygon Pictures, I've been mad at them for other shit. I've watched their movies, but it's only been Godzilla, really. I didn't
their shows we've seen. I don't think we've ever reviewed it. Have we reviewed a show? I don't know, Trip. What I'm trying to say is that,
Ronya or whatever.
What was it?
The fucking the Ghibli one.
Oh, Ronya's the robber's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that show though. That was a good one.
Well, that's Polygon Pictures worked on that. Yeah, I fucking hated it. So they have a really good track record with me, and I just wanted to give them another chance for something new that they've worked on that I wasn't familiar with. I've grown a lot.
And
I fucking hate Polygon Pictures, and they should not exist. Why the fuck are they still a studio? I don't think that they're progressing animation any further than they already have. Because, like, here's the thing, man. You keep seeing stuff like, let's look at Dorohedoro, for example. Mappa's come out, and they've been doing a lot of 3D footage, and they've been getting a lot better with stuff. And Polygon Pictures has been, like, in this game, working with Netflix. Netflix is, like, big money shit. And they haven't been able to make those progressions at the same level as, like, Mappa has, right? And then you could also look at, like, Orange. I think that Orange has absolutely blown people away with their 3D animation, and that Polygon Pictures needs to get fucked. Because here's the thing, I'm watching this movie, and you guys, it doesn't matter what it's about. Who gives a shit what it's about? This movie was terrible. But I'm watching it, and immediately I'm like, ooh, those like stuttery animations, like, you know, most 3D anime stuff kind of makes you feel initially, and then you get over it. And I did get over it, but I realized they move the camera so goddamn much at like 60 frames per second. So when these characters are moving at like 15 per second, no, it's like worse than that. It's really fucking, they're moving really slow. They look like shit. When they're moving and the camera is just so clean and so smooth and they're like choppy, holy shit, you guys, it looks bad. The thing is, it's not all the time. You could tell that they know that it looks shitty, because there are times where it looks good. There are times where it looks fluid and the action is sick as fuck, and they like actually work on it. But they don't give a fuck about characters, story, plot, dialogue, none of that shit. And then they also give us shitty fucking animation on top of it. The character design is uninspired. I thought that the like monster things were kind of fucking lame looking because you couldn't really see what they were. They tried to hide a lot of the CG in the dark. This movie was really dark, right? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, so it's clear to see that, you know, Tripp's opinion hasn't changed on Polygon Pictures. I would like to say that I suggested we watch the new Lupin the Third movie.
Oh yeah,
the first part, which I think animation wise,
it looks sick as fuck.
Looks fucking gorgeous. Tripp didn't want to watch it because Tripp hates Lupin.
Yeah, it was $20.
I was like, it's not even that much money. But I do think you make a lot of good points. But of all the Polygon things I've seen, this is not the one I hate the most.
No, but at a certain point, it just hit that like, wow.
Yeah. I think the thing I hate the most about Polygon, like in their animation style, is whenever they do anything with people talking, their facial animation, like they're just it feels so flat. Like it feels like their mouths just move up and down. It's very reminiscent of like the Canadians in South Park. They might as well do that
if you have interesting dialogue or interesting things to keep you captivated. But instead what they do is they give you the most pointless, boring, expository dialogue that you've ever heard. And they expect you to look at this conversation and be more invested in the story. Or like, I don't fucking understand the point, but it just makes me sit there and stew in anger for each second that passes. Is they're like, yes, humans are actually monsters and we just need to accept our natural form by taking a drug so that we become a monster, and everyone, and you're just like, oh my God, shut the fuck up. Like, I hate it.
The cameras you were talking about, like there are times where the camera does move really nice, and it does like trick me for a second. I go, oh my God, like I feel like I'm watching an action movie, right? And then you're right, the animation that the characters are doing while these nice camera movements are coming along do look like shit.
Look at Final Fantasy VII Advent Children.
Yeah. You know, some of them reminded me of like really bad like boss cutscenes from like old PlayStation 2 video games. You know, these kind of, they walk and they do their pose and then they go, huh, and then like they say their line or whatever, and then like camera swoops and then it's another person walking and hitting their pose and then they say their fucking line. I was like, it did make me laugh. There were a few, I would say like interesting or entertaining action sequences, but it doesn't make up for all of it not being that great. And the worst part about it, I know Tripp hates the way it looks, and the story and the characters and everything.
I mean, it's just fun to hate the way it looks. Let's be
yeah. The worst part about it, I think, was the story wasn't like, I feel like the most in depth. It's based off a book, like an older book, a Japanese book from like the 70s, 40s. It's like, I don't know,
70s or 40s, one of the two.
Yeah, it is. It's like an older book, and it's like, it's like not like directly taken from that. It's inspired by it or whatever. And the whole idea that the theology behind, you know, what's going on with these people living forever, and like, you know, the two warring classes, like the rich and the poor, all these themes and stuff, it did feel, I don't know, very hokey. And then on top of that, they were going for very edgy. Like everything they did was like, it's super edgy. Like the way the monsters looked, our character being this artist, the fact that he had to like kill himself to activate his powers, and he would blow up in a giant explosion, and he would have like demon armor and stuff. The movie starts with him like monologuing, I think, and then killing himself, and then the movie ends.
Like kids or whatever the fuck.
The movie, I mean, it's not even. It doesn't matter if it's spoiled, but the movie ends with this. You know, this start of it, him monologuing again and killing himself, but revealing that he's actually not going to die because of whatever power he has. I do want to get into what the plot was, because
what was the plot?
Not that it's important, but so the plot is, in this world, society has evolved to the point where like you have nanobots inside of you, and you're part of this giant corporation called Shell, and there are people who are like rich and kind of live in the inner, they call it like the inside or whatever, and they live forever because they essentially harvest the data that these nanobots inside humanity like acquire. And the poor people want to, get into the inside and, change stuff. I did think it was funny when we found out that people don't die because a character dies and then the guy just calls like 1-800 number. He's just like, hey dude, this is the guy.
But
he OD'd.
Like what a just, like, dumb character. Like that guy that calls, he's just been so cocky the whole time. He's like, no big fucking deal. Homie's dead. 1-800 revive my homie.
Yeah.
They're like,
yeah.
hey, just to make sure he's this guy. You're like, fuck yeah, woo! It's like, and he hangs up the phone.
It's like a computer. It's like a tech support, and then she's like, okay, I'm gonna need you, and like she like reboots him. He turns back on, and then she's like, okay, make sure. Like he like hangs up on her. He's like, fuck you, bitch. Essentially, I was super surprised by his character development because he just came off as like, hey, lovable idiot best friend, but actually he's also this like leader of a biker gang who has like these wild like ideas of like, I'm gonna take down the fucking system. I was like, where did this come from? You're not telegraphing who you are very well. That I like, but I'm not gonna lie, I like the motorcycle scene. Anyways, I sidetracked. So yes.
Yeah, I think that was the best scene in the movie, actually. Like the motorcycle sequence that they ripped off from Final Fantasy VII, yeah.
The part that it looked like it was taken from Akira, yeah.
Yeah.
So in this world, if you die, they bring you back to life. And our main character gets unraveled in the situation where there's a guy who's kind of trying to take down the system, and he's making people into monsters called Lost, because I guess that's what humans look like nowadays because we're actually not human anymore. And he takes the medicine, he turns into a Lost, but he's actually I think they called him the third user or something like that. The third applicant. So there's two applicants. One's a girl, one's the bad guy. So it's like the good and the bad. And then he's the third, and we don't know what side he's going to pick. And he's like all demoned out. He's like roided up, really bad design. And he falls in love with the girl. He becomes a good guy. The girl dies. He kills the bad guy. And now he's just kind of wandering the world, doing the girl's job now. And he's just like, I'm going to make this world perfect. It's like, nothing's changed, dude. Like, you still suck. You fell in love with a chick after meeting her for 20 minutes. It just felt really like, I don't know. Everything didn't feel earned. Everything felt so boring. So when it comes to story and characters, they weren't good. And that's on top of it looking kind of ass at points. So yeah, I'm surprised you watched all of it. I didn't expect you to.
You expected me to give up with like a 2-hour movie?
I did expect you to kind of tap out and just be like, nah, I don't want to watch this. I think you kind of did. I think you texted me.
Oh yeah, I was like, oh God, what's happening? Yeah, I can't pay any attention.
I got a text and it was just like, hey, have you watched the movie yet? And I was just like, yeah, I think I'm like halfway through. I got like 40 minutes left. I'm going to watch it later. And then you go, okay, cool. Well, there's this other show. We can use it for another day or whatever. So I feel like you were trying to quickly be like, let's just change the topic. I can't watch this. But I didn't call you out. I did it on the pod instead, like a normal human being.
No, so I hadn't actually watched the movie at all yet. But I was trying to find out, maybe I missed it. Maybe it's actually on Netflix because they have everything Polygon. So I logged into Netflix on my computer and it was like, check out this fucking shit. And I sat there like, that is more appealing. I'll text Juan and see if he started it.
I think this is the one, so far, the only Polygon movie that hasn't gone straight to Netflix. Everything else pretty much is on Netflix. This one just didn't. It's on Amazon. I don't know if I don't think you mentioned this, but the guy who directed this is the guy who directed Afro Samurai, and the guy who produced this, I think, was the director for Psycho-Pass. And I was like, cool. I can absolutely see those people making this. Just like over the top edge stuff. Yeah, man. What do you want to talk about specifically about this movie? Because you already blew up about how much you hated it. I don't know what else there's to say. I feel like you blew your load too soon, man. You should have kept it cool. relaxed, and at the very end let me have it. Make me believe that I was, that you enjoyed this movie, and then lie to me. That's what I needed.
Look, man, I'm not trying to pull one over on anyone. I'm really just trying to tell you that you don't need to bother with any Polygon Pictures projects, because you'll come out of it thinking, oh, cool, I could have done like anything else. I could have like read a book. I could have just listened to music in the dark. I could have done anything. Mm-hmm. But I chose to watch this movie, and I feel like a worse person because of it.
You should have just watched Lupin. I will say this: if you like Polygon stuff, go ahead and watch this, because I think it's one of the better
like whatever
stuff.
they like. But if you like Polygon Pictures, you and I have very different anime taste.
Yeah, I think that it means. I think I've grown up. How you were saying about growing up and maturing stuff. Mm-hmm. I think I've grown up and come to the point where I don't instantly hate all 3D animation. It used to be that way.
No, you and me both, bud.
Yeah, but things have shown me that they can be good, and I shouldn't just instantly write them off. And at least this movie, at points, I was entertained visually because of the things that were going on the screen. But as a whole, you're right. It's really not worth a watch.
No. I mean, the hard thing about it is, like, if you're in between watching a bunch of good stuff and then you watch something bad, it makes it feel worse than it is. And like I had already said, I watched the end of a movie, or end of a series, and then I started a new series, and I was having an amazing time with them both. And then I watched this, and then I watched Promised Neverland. Man, I don't know. I think I was so hopeful, dude. I really wanted to enjoy it, because I thought, I don't know, this is something that looks like a bit different in the art style and the promotional photos and whatnot compared to other things. And it wasn't. It was exactly the same as what we've already got. If anything, it's just gotten like a tiny bit better.
I think it looks a little bit better. And
we'll just credit that to Drifting Dragons.
I think it's because of technology is getting better. So it's like, cool.
Yeah.
How can we make this look better but not actually be better, kind of thing? And they've done a good job of tricking me for split seconds. And I go, wow, that looks really good. And then I look at their mouths and the way they talk, and the fact that they're like expressionless.
It's because they actually do fully animate things that aren't people. Like that's why the motorcycle fights looked so tight. But still, the creatures, the humanoid creatures, did not look tight.
Yeah, that was so funny. When we saw the first monster, I was like, oh, dude, fucking, that's the monster. Okay, cool. And then we saw someone else turn into a monster, and it was the exact same monster. I was like, oh, they all look the same? That's so fucking boring.
Yeah.
And then when our main character turned into a monster, like him and his buddy turned into a monster, they were the same monster. I was like, oh, this is stupid.
Dude, you're just spoiled because of Jujutsu Kaisen.
No, those monsters are funny looking too, but these monsters are ass.
Yeah.
And then he turns into the I don't know, the in between version of the monster and like the bad guy or whatever.
By the way, I thought
it still looks like ass.
Ripped skeleton, not super cool for this situation. Not super cool for this character. I just felt like, what a weird mesh between personality and like superhero, I guess.
Yeah.
Like
it was an odd choice. I was like, why does he look so big? And especially when he does his final form and he changes to like the final mode, he's still kind of the same big bulky dude, even though he's a tiny little fucking shit. I was like, why don't they just change the model to look more appropriate? Like, I'm not convinced that this guy's a badass or looks cool. He just looks dumb.
Yeah, it's like nothing against anybody that has like a super depressive artistic personality, but you're not the kind of person that I want to watch be a hero that kills monsters as somebody that's ripped as fuck. I want to see you do cool, artistic, unique ways of thinking about stuff, killing monsters, instead of just big punch. Because, like, I don't know.
It's like,
I feel like that could only get you so far.
It's like Glipnir, when our dog dude got morphed with that, like, cat chick or whatever. I was like, whoa, what a cool new form this guy has acquired. And it felt, appropriate. And then he would turn into a different form when he was with the other girl. But in this one, it's like, what a strange choice that you're this giant, towering monster, but you're this, like, 5'8", skinny, scrawny artist. Like, why do you look like this? whose choice was it to make you look like that? Also, this shit's very gruesome. Like so much blood. There's a point where the guy tells him to rip out his own heart and give it to him, and I go, "Whoa, that was unnecessary. That was just like way too much."
But at the same time, it still looked like kind of garbagey.
Yeah,
like but it wasn't the same thing as like a human ripping the heart out of themselves and how like intense that would look. It was like, here's a big monster with his heart like already exposed, and he just moved it and blood came out or whatever. Like,
you know something I did like? They're little like dogs that were like the robot dogs with the 3 legs that would run and like shoot. I was like,
it was kind of
funny.
Fun. Yeah, I appreciated that. I liked the sounds of that too. But I also thought, wow, that's fucking stupid, because they have flying devices. They have like future shit, right? And then they're let's send out these little fucking dogs to chase them down and like knock them over or whatever. It's not like they're doing anything that's extra safe. They're just coming out there and tasing them. Yeah, but you could tase from the skies.
I think it's fun just because, you know, today in our current age, 2021, you know, we have all those, we have all those companies that are making like, hey, the robot dog that walks and like and stuff. And so it's like, it's cool that in this movie they made them work, they gave them a functional use, and they took a leg away. It's just, I don't know. That was like my, what a shining moment.
Honestly, that was the highlight of the whole movie.
That was the highlight.
Just these
dogs in the motorcycle race.
Police robot dogs.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really think we can stretch this out any further.
But you haven't even talked about the anime waifu in the sky, Juan.
Which one? What are you talking about? Who's the anime waifu in the sky?
Yeah, exactly. If you don't fucking remember that, the movie's clearly not worth watching.
Oh, the fucking the girl that has the ability to like to see stuff.
Yeah, because the helicopter goes around and then it like zooms in on her, who's in some kind of like a special cyber zone or whatever. She's like, there's one of them. That human is turning into lost human, and then they go and they kill. Sometimes, not really. She goes and heals people, but like
she's another applicant, right? There's 2 applicants. She's the good applicant. She
got hired for the job.
Yeah, she can see where the lost are coming from. She can also heal them, I think. Yeah, she touches the main guy.
She's touching motherfuckers with her hands.
Why the fuck they send her to do more stuff? Because they just go kill the...
Yeah, that's the thing. The police come out and they're like, oh, we killed them. And it's like, if you could just go, look at this woman who can heal people, I think the police would go, very cool. That saves us killing people and a hard time for us. Please, you just go and do the unhuman losting.
Yeah. But she can also die, so like she could easily get stabbed.
Dude, we could all die.
She's not. No, our main character can't die. That's his whole thing. She's actually not totally useless. Like there's a point where she's in the fray and she goes and gets a weapon from the dog person, and she's like actually trying to kick ass. It's like, oh, cool. She actually has some sort of training. Shout outs to just having a bad guy be a bad guy for the sake of being a bad guy. Like
humans have to return to the forms that they were originally from, and also, I have full control over literally everyone. And you're just like,
yeah, it's wild. He was one of the person that's like responsible to help Shell make the thing. And then he's like, you know what? This is bad. So to fix that, I'm going to be a bad guy. And my solution is to end the world and then restart it over. But I'm not going to die. Everybody else is going to die. So he's just a bad dude.
Yeah, man.
And when he died, I was like, cool, fucking homie died. Great. Everybody's dead except for our main character. And the fucking cop with the scar on his face. I do like their body armor. I was jealous. I did want some armor like that. It's pretty sick. Is that it? Have we thoroughly spoken about Human Lost?
I'm really trying to think if there's anything worth mentioning. It was such a simple, forgettable movie. I feel like it left no impact on me at all. The Godzillas, I was like, oh, Godzilla. Very cool. And Knights of Sidonia, I was like, people love this show. Very cool. And other Polygon stuff that I think I've looked at or whatever.
They did Ajin. They did remember that one?
Man, I don't remember that one. I know
review it.
It's their most popular one, but I don't remember if I watched it.
It's like that one is like people people die, but then they also don't die because they're embodied by these like creatures or whatever. So our main character gets hit by a car, but then the giant smoke creature that keeps him alive comes out, and now everybody wants him dead, even though they can't kill him. I don't know. I don't get it.
I gotta stop watching anime, man. That sounded really stupid.
It's pretty dumb now. Yeah, I think that's it though. I really have nothing else to say about this besides, don't watch it. Don't, save your money. If it's streaming somewhere for free, maybe still don't watch it. But if you're a fan of Polygon Pictures, maybe rethink it, your choices and watch other things. But, if you really do want to see this, go ahead. I'm not going to be recommending this to anybody anytime soon. So,
yeah, me too. Stay away from Polygon Pictures. But if a good Polygon picture ever does come out, let me know. Let me know if I should actually revisit it, because I might. I'm
gonna veto that,
dude. I just want to give. I want to give him a chance.
No, if you tell Trip to watch a Polygon picture movie because it's good, I'm not going to be on that episode, because it's just going to be Trip yelling at me again about how much he hates this, and I know he hates this. It's not worth going back. It hurts. It hurts me seeing you hurt, Trip. I can't do it. It's not healthy.
You know what, man? That's very understandable. Thank you for your honest words. We will never review another Polygon Pictures thing because Juan apparently doesn't like it. I had fun screaming about
Shut
it.
the fuck up. No, it's the worst.
Watching it was terrible. Yelling about it was cathartic. I don't need to go through either of those again, though. So,
yeah. Okay, well, that's the episode.
Next week we're talking about something. It might be that Netflix thing that we found. I don't remember the name of it, so sorry.
We'll figure it out. It'll be something.
It definitely won't be the season preview because I don't think we're going to have enough yet.
Yeah, that's not it, because for some reason, I mean, I know why. It's because it's the new year and
it takes like 2 weeks.
COVID. It's so many things, but yeah, there's just not enough out to do the preview. We'll have to figure something. We'll scramble and then eventually get around to it. I'm really excited to see anime, especially fucking Promised Neverland. But yeah, it's not on Crunchyroll because I don't know if you heard, it's not on Crunchyroll. It's on Hulu and Funimation. Okay, so we'll be back next week. If you like our theme song, check out Not Mars on Spotify. Yeah, he does our music, and his new single Paperweight is out right now. Trip, where can people find us?
You can find us on Facebook. Look up the Insta Ramen Podcast. Same thing goes for Instagram. Look up the Insta Ramen Podcast. If you want to send us a tweet at Instant Ramen Pod.
Podcast didn't fit.
And you could go ahead and shoot us an email, instaramenpodcast@gmail.com. Every week we try to stream the podcast while we record it. You could check that out on twitch.tv/Crispather. We're now recording on Wednesday nights, sometime between 8 and 9 Pacific Standard Time. And then, you could come and hang out, see a little bit of before and after. Thank you guys for watching, for listening. Just thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. I hope everybody had a good, happy new year. And then let's make 2021 better than 2020. Ladies and gents, this is bye from Juan.
See you on from Chris.
Hey, don't forget,
just add hot water.